So you want to start a social media marketing agency, but you don't have a lot of money or you don't have any money to start it up, right? So that's why I wanted to put this video together for you to show you how you're going to be able to start a social media marketing agency in SMMA this year for little to no cost at all to you. So pay attention, we've got some really cool stuff coming for you here. All right, everybody, Jordan Steen, serial entrepreneur here. And like I said in the intro, we're gonna go through how to start with zero to little investment for your social media marketing agency. And I just wanna start with, guys, like, this isn't something that is uncommon. There's a lot of you out there that wanna start a social media marketing agency, but you don't have a ton of money or any money at all to get started. But you know that this is what you want to do. You know you can be successful in it. You know you can start to change your life today. You just have to have the tools and the resources in place to get there, right? Trust me, I understand where you're coming from. If anybody understands, I understand. I grew up in a very, my family did not have a lot of money growing up. We grew up very, very poor, and there weren't the resources out there. Even, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when I was trying to, really start an agency or looking at starting an agency, the resources out there online and, just video content like this that is available now is insane. This did not exist several years ago. So you guys are really in a lucky spot. You're in a place where you can easily start to create this agency. You just have to know the tools, right? So before I continue into this video and, talk about some of the steps that you're gonna need to be aware of, the first thing that you can do to help yourself right now with starting a social media marketing agency, or even if you're not wanting to start a social media marketing agency, but you're wanting to make money online, you have to understand digital marketing. That is the most important aspect about doing any business online. If you don't know how to market yourself online, you're never gonna make money. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is in that bottom right-hand corner, you're gonna see that subscribe button. Hit that. The reason why is because we have 170 plus videos. Shoot, by the time we get this video uploaded, there might be 180 videos by that point, because we do so many videos every single month that are free that give you content on how to start an agency, how to price your services, how to run the actual campaigns, marketing strategy, how to find clients. There's all kinds of different, topics that we cover at this channel. You just need to hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell so that way you can get updated and continually keep learning. All right, so let's get into some of the tactics that you need to understand about starting a social media marketing agency. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into how to start your social media marketing agency with zero to little investment. Now, something important I want to talk to you guys about is the fact that if you're not going to educate yourself, if you think that I know enough about social media to go out there and run a campaign, then I'm going to tell you, like, straight up, you're wrong. Okay, if you've never done marketing before online, if if the most you've ever done is created a business page or created a group or something like that, I'm telling you right now, you don't know enough about running social media marketing campaigns, running email marketing campaigns, what SEO is, what PPC is, web design and development, creating online funnels, outsourcing the work that you need done. There's so many different parts, just pricing, selling the services. You have to understand this, and if you don't, I promise you're gonna struggle every single time you go out there and try and get clients or try to run campaigns, and all it's gonna do is throw you backwards, and then you're gonna be hurting more than you're actually helping yourself. So the most important thing is to educate. All right, we're gonna leave this at the top. Educate yourself. Getting small here. Educate yourself. Okay, that is the #1 priority in understanding social media marketing, okay? And running an agency, running any business, no matter what it is, you have to educate yourself. Those of you who think that, like, if you think you're too good, then please click out of this video right now. I don't want to continue teaching you, because those are the arrogant people who are never going to make it. They'll ask me for help, and then when I give them the help, they don't want to hear what I have to say, or they have a rebuttal to the help that I'm trying to give them. When I've done this for several years, we're approaching almost 9 years of me doing digital marketing, running campaigns, working with agencies, all kind of stuff like that. So guys, seriously, if you're not willing to educate yourself, if you're not willing to invest at the very least, the time to educate yourself, and then number two is the money, because trust, like, I bought 3 courses just last month. I probably spent on those 3 courses about $2,000 just to continually keep educating myself and learning from other people. So again, if you're not able to invest, number 1, time, number 2, money, then you just need to get off this channel right now. I don't want to help you. Like, seriously, I don't want to help you if you're not willing to do at least one of those 2 things, but hopefully you'll want to do both of those 2 things. So the number 1 thing you need to do, once you educate yourself, once you understand social media marketing, I have an acronym I like to call SWEPS. All right, I'm going to put it on the board here. SWEPS, and what this stands for is social media marketing, website design and marketing, email marketing, pay-per-click marketing, otherwise known as Google Ads, something like that, and SEO, search engine optimization. Those are the major parts of digital marketing that you have to understand. There's also some cousins to SWEPS like content marketing. There's other things like graphic design, right? Graphic design. There's other things like, content marketing can be broken down into video content. It can be broken down into blog content. It can be broken down into website content, social media content. There's all kinds of stuff that kind of go along with SWEPS, but as long as you understand SWEPS with regards to the educational side of things, you should at least be able to move forward with starting your agency. So once you understand those concepts, when I say understand, I don't just mean like, oh, I know what it is. I mean how to apply it to marketing, how to create the strategy behind each one of those concepts that I just mentioned. That is all important, and if you don't get it, I'm telling you, like, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save you time. I'm trying to save you money. I'm trying to save you your energy. I'm trying to help you not waste it all, right? So if you don't understand those concepts, please go through my channel, go through the playlist, go through the videos, and make sure you understand each one of those videos. I have a video just on SWEPS where we talk about that acronym. Seriously, just check it out. Do yourself a favor, all right? All right, once you understand the marketing concepts, once you actually have an understanding of how marketing campaigns work, what pixels are, how to track data, what analytics are, creating content, creating video content, optimizing content for search engine optimization. Once you understand how all of that comes together, how to build the sales funnels to actually get people to convert, once you get that, now it's time to go start getting you some clients, right? So you need to start marketing yourself. Market yourself. Ooh, we're getting small again. Market yourself and your business. Just gonna make that easy. Biz. All right, market yourself and your business. Now, how do you go about doing this? It's easy. Number 1 thing I always recommend to people, they're like, oh, well, Jordan, do you do cold call scripts? Do you do emailing? Do you do this? The best thing you can do is just network. Go out there, meet some people, talk to business owners, talk to your family, talk to friends, talk to past relationships, talk to anyone that you can possibly find in your network and then their network. So that's called an extended network. All right. So your friends' friends, your parents' friends, go out there and talk to everybody you can possibly talk to about running digital marketing for them or running their campaigns for them. Another great way to market yourself, create your Facebook business page, start running ads. If you truly know how to run social media marketing campaigns, then run ads, right? If you create a YouTube channel, that's another great way to get people to contact you. Like from my YouTube channel alone, what you're watching right now, we get people who reach out to me on a regular basis asking me to manage their marketing because they see what I'm able to do, right? It creates almost a live testimonial when you're able to do it for yourself, right? So create a YouTube channel that provides marketing tips to business owners, that drives traffic, focus the keyword strategy and the topics on business owners getting help with their marketing. And I promise you, you'll get consultations, you'll get meetings with people, and you'll start to land more deals. But if you're not marketing yourself, if you're not letting people know what you do, then you're never going to sell it. So obviously, you can do the cold calling, you can do the emails, you can do, I recommend even Facebook Messenger. That's a great way to do it. But guys, the best way you can do it is just network, meet people, talk to them about what you do. Exemplify, meaning show them your experience, show them that you can actually get results. Because if you can't prove it to people that you can get results, then they're not going to hire you. A great way, a great tip for you guys who are looking to get results with your marketing and don't have any past experience or prior experience, the best way you can do that is go on a platform, a freelancer platform, and start performing jobs on there. If you've never done social media marketing, if you've never done ads or social media management, then go on something like Upwork, Find someone who's going to hire you to manage their social media and do it for them. They'll pay you to do it. A lot of people are like, oh, well, Jordan, should I go out and just work for clients for free for 2 weeks and let them get a taste of it? I don't recommend that. Number one, you're working for free instead of going on a freelancer site like Upwork and getting paid. Number two, if you mess up during that free trial, they're going to leave a bad review about your business. Where if you're on Upwork, it's kind of separate from your agency that you have in real life, right? So if they leave a bad review about you on Upwork, it's a little different than getting one in real life. So you get that real life experience and you actually get to practice doing the marketing while making some money. Biggest tip I can give you right there. All right, so the second thing we're going to talk about, and it's pretty important, and a lot of people miss this. It's why they have a lot of issues with their clients. It's why they have a hard time scaling. The biggest thing is picking. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Picking lucrative. I might spell that wrong, but I don't really care. Lucrative might be with an A in there somewhere. Lucrative niches and clients. So what do I mean specifically by that? Basically, they need to be able to make you money. They need to be worth the time that you spend and the services that you have to pay for, your expenses to run your business, if you have to hire people, it needs to be worth it for you. Too many times I see people either going after a business that is never going to be able to afford their services for what they're asking. Like they'll ask for everything you have under your entire digital marketing umbrella, but they want to pay $1,000 for it and that's it. That's not how this works. You need to, number one, be charging for what you're worth. If you're performing the whole gambit, then you need to be doing all of those services, but for, $10,000, $15,000 a month plus, more than that, maybe more than that, depending on how much you're doing for each service. The biggest thing though is they're not picking the right type of client. They're not, really qualifying the clients that they're going after. One of the biggest mistakes I see, a lot of people typically like to go after restaurants in the beginning. And the reason why is because they're not really used to working in a professional environment like with doctors or attorneys or, high-level contractors or B2B type companies or automotive dealerships. They're more professional than a restaurant would be, right? So people try to go after restaurants. The biggest issue is people try to go after the mom and pop shops in their local area because they know the business owner or they've been going to that restaurant for forever or they just feel like it might be a good client. When in reality, that restaurant is probably not ever going to be able to afford your services until they expand into 3 restaurants, 4 restaurants. So when I talk to people about going after restaurants, I recommend, look, if they don't have 3 or 4 locations, you don't need to try and sell them. You don't need to even walk in the door. You don't need to create an audit for them. You need to wait until they scale or grow their business to a point where they can afford your services. The other thing is the niche that you're trying to work in. For example, and obviously this is a very clear example, but if you're going after VCR repairmen, you're going after a completely useless niche, a dying breed of business. Like, there's no reason you should be going after a VCR repairman or salesman at all, ever, anymore. Like, even DVDs, even if you're going after a DVD repairman or salesman, you're going after a dying industry. Stick to industries that make money. Guys, if you want videos, so in the top left hand for you little section up here, no, it might be your top right. It is. It's top right. Sorry, I get them confused when I'm looking at the camera. All right, in the top right-hand section, you're going to see a little bubble come up here that's going to swing across. If you want to find videos on niches that are hot, niches that are actually worth going after because they can afford to pay your services, I have a video on that. Just click that video or click that link up there and you can go watch that video, okay? But just know that you have to understand how much revenue are they bringing in? How many businesses do they have? What are their expenses like? What are their profit margins like? Do you really think that they can afford to spend, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month working with your business? I'll tell you right now that I can't think of a single restaurant that has 1 and most even 2 locations that can spend $5,000 to $10,000 a month because they don't have the profit margins to do that and then pay all of their employees, right? So pick lucrative niches, pick lucrative clients, don't work with businesses that aren't going to be able to pay you, and then get paid what you're worth. If you're doing everything, then get paid for everything. Stop charging $1,000 for every service that you provide. That does not make sense. All right, so breaking off from point number 2, where we talked about picking a niche and making sure they're able to afford your services, the next thing is to start pricing those services, right? Start getting an idea of what you're going to charge for those services. It's pretty simple, okay? What you're gonna wanna do is, number one, the biggest thing I recommend is don't go below $1,500. So how does that work, all right? Basically, your first tier, so first tier clients, you're gonna charge at least $9.99 or $9.97, whatever you wanna charge, just for the management, okay? This does not include any ad spend, all right? Why did I say $1,500? Because I don't recommend working with someone unless they're willing to spend $500 in ad spend per month, okay? So that would be 500 here, right? So we have about $1,500. It's actually $14.99, all right? And what I want you to consider is, so you have this management fee, right? This is $9.99. You're gonna do $500 in ad spend, but you need to make money on the ad spend, okay? So you can't just run ads and they get that service for free. That takes time and it takes effort and it takes money, really, because you're paying for services, right? Like softwares to help you get that done. So out of this, I recommend that you take an extra 20 to 30% out of that cost, out of that $500 that goes into this management fee as well. Okay, so you can either include it in the management fee and tell them they get that much ad spend and say, hey, this includes your management fee for ad spend, or you can just say, hey, this is the price breakdown. It's $9.99 for management of all of the platforms. $500 a month is our minimum requirement for ad spend, and we take a 20 to 30% management fee off the top of this $500. So if it's a 20% fee, that means you take $125 off the $500. That means they get $375 towards ad spend. Sorry, that would actually be 25%. If they take a 20% fee, it's $100, all right? And then you would take that off the $500, so they get $400 on ad spend. Okay, so do you see where I'm going with this? We charge for everything. We don't just give people free shit. Stop giving away free services to people like that. You're never gonna make it in the business world. Actually, Gary Vee talks about how people are too afraid to stop letting emotion get involved. Like you let emotion get too involved with your business because you feel for them or they're not making a ton of money and you want to be able to help. That's great and all. I applaud you for having emotion, but at the same time, you have to be concerned with you. You have to be able to help yourself first. If you can't help you, you're not going to be able to help anybody else. Okay? So take care of you first. Make sure you're getting paid, and then you can start to, work out deals with people. Once you have your business up and ready, then you can start to work out deals with the smaller level packages. But in the beginning, stop giving stuff away for free. Stop doing things for free. All right, so that's a breakdown of the package. At least $9.99, and we always charge a minimum of $500 in ad spend. Really, at this point with my agency, we've stopped taking on clients who do $9.99 and $500. We only work with people who are willing to spend about $2,000 to $2,500 a month at the very minimum. And that's what you'll want to work to, okay? Eventually, you can work up to that level, but in the beginning, you'll want to charge for the lower packages so you can start to bring in some business, get some testimonials, and get some people behind you. So the first tier is $9.99, and remember, every package includes at least, on top of the management fee, a $500 ad spend. So second tier, we're going to do at least, $19.99. All right. Second tier is $19.99. That's about $2,500 if you include the ad spend, minus $100 from the ad spend, which means you're getting roughly $22,099 instead of $19.99, and they're getting $400 in ad spend. But even at this level, I would recommend to start increasing that ad spend level to up to $750 is the minimum requirement. You can do this. Trust me, like you can't go, you don't have to be afraid to go into business and say, oh yeah, but we can't work with you because you're not willing to spend this much. They'll fork out that extra $200 if they see that you can actually provide the value you're talking about. The third tier we're going to talk about is $49.99. That's roughly $500, about $5,500 with the minimum $500 ad spend. Or if you want to increase it at that level to a minimum of $1,000 ad spend, that's roughly $5,999, right? So you're making a good chunk of change, and all you're doing is marketing for this business on social media. You might include some email. You might include maybe SEO. It's up to you what you want to include at each package level, but just make sure you understand how much time you're going to be investing into each service that you're providing and how much money you're able to make versus how much your expenses are going to cost, how much time it's going to cost you to perform each one of those services. Everything outside of these three tiers, you're going to do as an enterprise level package. So anything over, let's say, like $7,500. right? So 7,500 plus, that's enterprise level. You have to also include a minimum of a $1,500 or $2,000 ad spend, up to you. And at that level, we do all of these services here, and we, spend this much time. Be very clear in what services you provide. So spend a lot of time on, laying out your packages, understanding, okay, SEO, pay-per-click, web development, Facebook management, social management, not Facebook management, but just social management, ad spend, all of that needs to be laid out. And then if you're doing videos, if you're creating blog articles, if you're creating graphics, if you're doing web development, all of that stuff needs to be taken into account. I don't do it, like this doesn't even include web development. None of this includes web development. Web development is a completely separate cost. If we're gonna do a web design for you, that's a completely separate project that we don't even include in this. We'll do web management. We might include some web management in one of these packages where we update content, stuff like that, or optimize for SEO, something like that, but we're not building a website in any of these packages, all right? So stick to your price points, understand your value, and you will make money. But I swear to God, if you go in there and you just start, like I actually had a student and I had to correct him on it, but he was working with a pawn shop, and I'm sorry if you're watching this, you know who you are, but he was working with a pawn shop and he was actually managing their inventory. They weren't paying him to manage their inventory. That's not even a marketing related service. Don't do work that you're not getting paid for. Don't do work that is outside of marketing, because again, it's not worth your time or your effort. Focus on the packages you have, understand your value, and you'll start to make some money with this. All right, guys, so the number 4 thing we need to talk about is telling stories, okay? You guys have seen in my videos and in a lot of really good marketing that what is the main premise, right? What is the main thing that really captured your attention or got you to click onto something or got you to submit your email? It usually starts with a story. Okay, and it's funny to me because a lot of people will think, okay, well, if I run marketing for other agencies, or not for other agencies, but for other businesses, a lot of it comes down to creating stories, right? Telling a brand story. You guys understand the concept of brand stories, but then you don't tell the story with your own brand, right? People want to hear a story. They want to hear why they can work with you, or not can, but should work with you. They want to know who they're working with, and the best way to do that is to tell a story. For example, when we go into a client, we tell them all about YouTube and Serial Entrepreneur and the students that we've had see success and start running agencies and getting other clients success, and the results they've been able to get for their clients and their businesses and how much money they've been able to make them. Why? Because it's a story that is relatable to them, because they're looking for your services and they're trying to figure out how they can leverage digital marketing to do it, to make more money, to get more sales, to get more leads, and ultimately grow their business. But they want to know how they can do it with you, right? So if you don't have any prior experience, it's going to be hard for you to do. So do things like Upwork, go on freelancer sites, get some actual testimonials, get people who are willing to talk about your business, and don't be afraid to ask them to. Say, hey, I'd love to sit down. Once you get your client, you finally got them some results, and things are going well, start to actually record those testimonials and say, hey, John, would you mind if we sat down and you just tell your story about working with us, and where you guys were when you first started off trying to do digital marketing, and after my team came in, what we were able to help you do, how much time we were able to give back, how much time you were able to spend with your family, the things you were able to buy for your children. All of that stuff is what other business owners want to hear, because it's what's important to them. Ultimately, it comes down to a few things. Number 1, they want to improve their personal life, right? The only reason that people actually work is to improve their personal life, so they don't have to work as much or as hard, right? So improve their personal life. Tell stories about that. The other thing is they want to actually do something successful. A lot of you are on this channel because you're wanting to do something really cool with your life, right? Or impact others' lives. You do that by, not only telling the story, but doing that action, taking that action and improving their life. So then when you get to the point where you improve their life, they're able to tell a story about it, and then you take that to your customers. It's really not difficult to get customers, guys. Most of my clients or new business comes in from other people telling them their story of working with me. All right, having shared their experience with those people, they're like, oh, well, I can truly connect to that. Why? Because they're already friends. They already are acquainted with each other. This person just told, the other business about their story and how they were able to improve their life and their business, and they were able to get more time back in their day and spend more time with their family and buy all these cool things and do all these cool things and take these cool trips. That's what's important to these people. It's not about analytics. It's not about the Facebook pixel. It's not about creating cool emails. It's ultimately about getting a better life, having a better life, having cooler things in your life, doing cool things, having those cool experiences that you only can think of and relate back to the fact that you were able to increase the amount of business that you had, make more sales, get more customers, which gave you more free time to do all of those things that they love. Okay, so tell stories. It truly is important. All right, so number 5, what we're going to talk about is tracking results, right? So if you get a new client, if you start bringing in this new business, you actually have to prove not only to that business, but to new potential clients in the future that you're able to get results. Okay, one of the coolest things out there is a tool called Sprout Social. I'll leave a link for it in the description below. Sprout Social, and if you use that link, it'll give you, I believe it's a 30-day, it's either 15 or 30-day free trial. They remove it all the time, and because this is just how software companies work, they'll remove it. So if you want that free trial, I'll leave the link in the description below since I have a partnership with them. But guys, Sprout Social makes it so easy. All you actually do is go into the platform when you're done running campaigns for like the month or the week or whatever, and you just click Get Report, and it actually prints out an entire report of the growth, the engagement, the amount of clicks, the amount of traffic. All of that stuff is what's shown on those reports. If you don't have the money to do Sprout Social at first, which if you have a client, one of the first things you should be doing is investing that money back into the business. Like, too many people think, oh, I get a $1,000 check, now I get to pay myself $1,000. That's not how that works. If you're spending all of that money on you, then you're doing it completely wrong. You're never going to grow your business, okay? Take a majority of that money and put it back into your business, because the more you're able to invest in the business itself, the quicker you're going to grow, the quicker you're going to get to that goal that you're trying to achieve of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, or like some of my students, $25,000, $35,000, $40,000 per month in revenue for their agency. But again, you have to be able to track the results, and again, it provides that testimonial. Even if people aren't willing to talk about your business in front of a camera or write out that testimonial, all you have to do is take those reports that you've created and show them to the potential new businesses. You just walk in and say, hey, you want me to get you this kind of marketing results? Here's a whole report. This is what we've done for these other customers. You want new business? Just talk to us. We'll set up a meeting and I'll show you, we'll do a free 1-hour consultation. I'll show you exactly how we can do it for your business too. Track the results, because it is important. If you don't have results to show that you've been improving or that you've been helping people, right, and helping their business, no one else is going to buy from you. So track the results. Make sure that you're doing that. That's all I can really say about that. Just make sure you're tracking them. All right, so before we get into this last part, number 6, there's 2 things I want to mention. Number 1, I'm going to leave a link in the description below for one of the most effective ways we've been able to get new marketing clients just by filling out this audit. It's called the Digital Marketing Audit, or the Digital Marketing Audit Template is really what I'm giving you. And this audit, all it does is it goes into the good that a business is doing and the bad that this business is doing, and you provide actual information to them on what they can do to improve those, those results right now. You give them tools that they can use. You give suggestions of, how to create posts or how to write content or topics that they can use that are actually going to get them traffic and more sales, right? So that's the Digital Marketing Audit Template. Again, the link is going to be in the description below. If you're looking to use something or you need something to get more clients for your business, that is by far one of the best ways. We get praises all the time. Like, we have this video. The video is actually on our YouTube channel, so you can go just type in Marketing Audit on Serial Entrepreneur's channel. There's a little search bar if you're on the homepage. Just click that, type in Marketing Audit, and you can actually watch that video and see how we do it. There's also a link on that video to get the template sent to you. But click that link below so you can get that template. The number 2 thing I want to talk about is the fact that, like I said in the beginning of this video, there's 2 things that you have to be willing to do at some point. And you don't have to do them both at first, but at some point you will need to do both. The first thing you're going to want to do is invest your time, right? You have to put in the time. It's not something that just happens, okay? If you're lazy, leave this channel right now. Again, it's not none of this information is going to help you. The second thing you have to be willing to do is invest some of your money, right? So you have to be able to learn. If you're looking for a marketing course, look, I tell people this all the time. If you don't want to buy my course, that's completely fine. I understand you might have someone else you like better. That's great. But if you are looking for a resource that's going to teach you all of this stuff, plus tons and tons more in a structured fashion, because that's really the benefit of taking a course. You have structure, you know the pieces and how they need to line up in order to get the results you're looking for. If you're looking for that course, we're also going to leave a link in the description below. It's https little colon, and then the slash, and then we're going to do serialentrepreneur.academy. That is my marketing school. That is where we have taken, like at this point, we have helped. I had a person who reached out to me yesterday and said that I've been able to help them make several thousands of dollars. One of my students called me yesterday and told me that she was able to land another $15,000 client and a $3,000 client just this week. She's up to about, I think, $45,000, maybe $55,000 in revenue per month. I have several other students who are doing $10,000, $5,000, $3,000. Guys, if you want a course that's proven to get students results, then you're going to want to sign up for the Digital Marketing School. It's the Digital Marketing School over at Serial Entrepreneur Academy. Check that out. But the number 6 thing that you have to actually do once you start to, get clients, you've built your business, you've laid out the pricing strategy, you've built your packages, you've got clients, right? You've started tracking the results and running the campaigns, right? The 6th thing you actually have to do as soon as you get up to, I would say at least spending, or you have clients spending around $2,000 to $3,000 per month. The 6th and most important thing to do is, again, stop worrying about paying yourself and build your team. What's funny is that $45,000, $55,000 a month student that I told you guys about just a second ago, she reached out to me and said, Jordan, I can't do all of this all by myself. I've had to get people to work with me. I have to spend that money to get them to perform specific jobs or specific tasks. Otherwise, my agency would not make it. The sooner you can start investing money in other people to perform jobs for you, the sooner you're able to start spending your time where it's going to generate you more money. You have to think about it. There's only so much time in a day, right? If you're spending 3 days out of the week creating content and ads for a business, that leaves you 2 days to find new customers. But if you hire someone that's able to create content and you even get just 1 day back, where you're able to go out and find new customers, you're going to spend more time on tasks that are generating revenue for your business instead of the actual monotonous work, right? The drone work. And I'm not saying that you have to be a drone to be good at Facebook ads, because seriously, to be good at Facebook ads, you have to actually be pretty intelligent. You're not a drone, but it's drone type work. It doesn't actually generate you new revenue. The only task that's really generating new revenue is going out there, selling, getting new clients and new business consistently, okay? So build your team. Start finding people who are going to manage the, content creation. So that could be copy, that's design. Design work could be, editing photos, editing video, editing banners, editing logos, or creating logos. All of that could be design related. Again, I mentioned your copy people, so people who write the post ads or the post topics. Not the post topics, the post copy, like the captions. Sorry, that's what I was trying to look for. The captions that go at the top of Facebook posts or Instagram captions. Somebody who's going to manage that. I have someone who's called my creative director. The creative director actually comes up with post topics, right? And what each post will be about every single week. I have an admin who manages billing, who manages payroll, who manages proofing. She actually goes through, and once topics are created and videos are edited, she'll proof all of that to make sure that it lines up with what I'm trying to do. I have a scheduler. All the scheduler's job is to schedule content. That's it. That's all she does. Guys, until you start building your team, you're never going to scale. You're never going to be able to see the success that you want, or you'll just be stuck at $5,000 per month and you're going to be managing all of it and feel like you just don't have any time to do anything, because you won't have any time to do anything. So the most important aspect once we get through all of the first 5 steps is to start building your team. You have to have people that support you and are able to do jobs for you that you otherwise couldn't do. And that, again, allows you to focus all of your time on going out and getting more money, right? So again, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. That's how to start a social media marketing agency with little to zero startup capital, or zero to little startup capital. Really, I mean, the biggest thing I would suggest investing in is some sort of education. And don't go very specific, like don't spend $700 on a Facebook ads course if that's all you have, unless all you're trying to do is run a Facebook ads agency. If you're looking for something, there are tons of digital marketing courses out there. I would tell you this, don't waste your money on a Udemy course. It's going to give you very, very basic knowledge. that's not really going to help you in getting your agency off the ground and getting new clients. There are other courses out there. There are some that I would definitely stay away from. So make sure you do your research, look at people's reviews, look at what they say about those people creating courses before you just go out and buy one. And if you're interested in anything that has to do with my course, then just send me a message. That's the coolest thing. That's one of the best parts about my course, and one of the biggest, praises that we get from our students is the fact that I'm the one that communicates with you guys. And if there ever reaches a point where I'm I have so many students and it's hard to keep up with, my next goal, and I've understood this ever since I saw so-and-so's course, aka Ty Lopez, if you don't have someone who's able to communicate back with you and provide the help that you need as a new person or as a beginner, if you don't have that teacher to have a relationship with and consistently, talk to and get advice from, it's going to make it difficult for you to grow, right? You need that mentor, that teacher, right? So I answer those questions for my students. And when I reach the point where I have too many students to do that myself, I'm actually going to hire people who are experts like myself to answer those questions. And that's all their job will be, is to work with my community, because I understand how important that is to you guys and how important it is for your growth, right? So that's everything I have to say about starting a social media marketing agency very, very cheaply or without any money at all. What I recommend, guys, again, you can see at the top here, educate yourself. This is the most important part. There are so many moving pieces to digital marketing. If you haven't found that out by now, I promise you, you will very soon. So educate yourself in some form or fashion. Again, in the bottom right-hand corner, click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get updates on when we release new content just like this. Outside of that, check out SerialEntrepreneur.academy. And if you have any questions about starting a social media marketing agency, like whether it'll work for you or what niches should you work in, you live in Africa, is it going to work in Africa? Whatever questions you might have about a social media marketing agency, I want you to leave them in the comments section below so that way I can get back to you with a response. Other than that, reach out to any of my social media platforms, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram preferably, and shoot me a message there. I chat with everybody who sends me messages, so just reach out. Ask for help and help will be received. But if you never ask, you will never receive. So that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this quick lesson on how to make money online, how to start a social media marketing agency, and really more about, just digital marketing in general. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. But until next time, guys, Serial Entrepreneur out. Later. Ready to start living the six-figure, work wherever, be your own boss lifestyle? Well, at Serial Entrepreneur Academy, we'll teach you how to use a laptop and internet to start your own social media and digital marketing agency. Get started with our free Facebook ads training. Links in the description below, guys. See you in the course. Serial Entrepreneur out.